Good morning, beautiful people. Full day of eating, training day. I posted in my Instagram how I was going to upload videos and everything else, but to be honest, I'm one of those people that if I just don't like the video, I'm just not going to post it for the sake of posting a video. So I've posted 3 so far. So I'm going to film today, and then I'm just going to upload everything. I got good training footage, but honestly, it was a little bit of like one of those like toss-up days due to my schedule. Today's going to be a little bit more routinized, so I think you'll get a better, I guess, feel for like what my prep is going to be like for the most part. But I'm hanging tight around 214, 215, which is low for me. Like I said, the goal is to get as close to 200, not as quickly as possible, but just get there. And honestly, seeing how my physique looks there, I'll either A, stick with it, or B, drop out of that show and pick one at a later date. Regardless, I'm going to stay dieting and stay cutting, but it's my NPC debut. I want to make sure that I'm bringing my best. I don't want to just, step on stage for the sake of stepping on stage. I know some people do that, but for me, I'm such a perfectionist, which isn't always a good thing, that I want to make sure that I bring my best. So right now the physique is looking good. I posted a progress photo on my Instagram story yesterday. So I just took down some lemon rush from Harness. Stuff is really good. Wasn't really digging the raspberry sorbet, and I'm gonna mix my protein shake with a scoop of Vigor. Ends up tasting like an orange dreamsicle, which is really good. Seems kind of redundant, but 30 milligrams of Rad 140, 16 milligrams of YK11, and then 20 milligrams of Cialis for blood pressure purposes, and everything else. So that's going to be that. I'm going to head to the gym. It's currently 5:10 right now. Gym's open at 6, so I'm going to warm up here, go to the gym, do my thing, so on and so forth. So see you soon.
All right, I thought I'd throw in a little bit of a voiceover with some training footage so this video isn't just me eating, add some variety. So today is my pull day, so I've got 3 exercises for my upper back. Here I am doing my top set. I was able to hit 240 for 6 reps on the neutral grip pull down. As you can see, I really try to focus on controlling that eccentric, making sure that I keep my form nice and consistent, and overall felt really good, felt really strong. So, and then I'm going to move into my back off set. I dropped the weight all the way down to 200 pounds. And the key here is just to accumulate more volume. So anywhere between 12 to 15 reps, or even just 10 to 15 reps. I think I only got 10 on this set. I am doing pull-ups on this day, but I am doing a rest pause fashion. So I was able to only do about, I think, 20 reps. So what I would do is I would do as many as I can, rest for 20 seconds, do as many as I can, rest for 20 seconds until I get to 20. I think I had to do it in like 4 or 6 sets, so can't quite remember. I didn't put it in the video, so it doesn't matter. But I will follow that up on the last rep. I'll go immediately into a dead hang or a loaded stretch to really just kind of just tear apart that back, accumulate more fatigue, accrue more muscle damage, things like that. Oh yeah, we have to wipe down the equipment after we're done with it, so always be responsible and do your part to make sure that you keep everything nice and sanitary during these troubling times. Moving on to, I think I only filmed my top set. So this is low row hammer, the low row hammer strength brand. So I think I was only able to hit 8 reps, but I really like this exercise. For me, it's just because the hand is sort of at this position where I don't really feel my bicep engaging too much. I could really focus on contracting that lat, getting a nice stretch, and really you just want to get that elbow where it's in line with the rib cage, or at least that mid-axillary region, or slightly behind to get full recruitment of that lat muscle. But also you have to keep in mind you are using the biceps, the elbow flexors, and various other muscles that help with shoulder extension, like the long head of the triceps and the teres major as well. Regardless, great exercise. So 2 total sets for the lat pull down, 1 top set, and then 1 back off set. And then here I am doing a top set with this, and then I went on to do a back off set. I think I was able to get 15 reps on the back off set. Wasn't so much muscle fatigue as it was with just hard to fucking breathe. So I did my pull-ups. So I've done basically a ton of volume for my back already. Here I am. Same thing, a top set and a back off set. So this is 60 pounds. I'm not sure how much the bar weighs. We'll just say like 75 pounds total. I think I was able to get, well, I did get 8 reps for this. Felt good. This portion right at that capitulum, right where that sort of hook of the ulna goes into the humerus, was a little bit irritated a couple hours after this workout. So that's something I'm going to have to kind of keep an eye on. So when I'm back in the Bay Area, I'll probably get some soft tissue work done on that, triceps tendon, the elbow flexors, and the upper extremity just in general. So my biceps really, really are falling behind the rest of my physique in terms of like my back and my shoulders and everything else. It's just like the one area I think is just not where it needs to be. But, as I get leaner, that could all change because as most bodybuilders know, once you start to get lean, you either look like great and areas that you thought were not that great actually look better now that you have less body fat, or you get to a point where you're like, what the fuck? What have I been doing these past few months? So anyways, like I said, I have about 8 weeks to get ready for this show, so a lot can change in between now and then. But for the most part, I'm going to try to take advantage of the fact that I am on anabolics, that I have these, different pathways being triggered from that, and plus from the training, that I'll probably be able to still promote muscle mass. And the fact that this is going to be the first prep where my calories don't go below 2,100. As a natural, my calories got as low as 1,500 when I was like knee deep in a prep. So before I did this exercise, I actually did some shrugs. The goal was to do 100 reps total, so I did it with 80 pounds, and I just partitioned that, not in a rest pause fashion, but just like, a 60-second break in between until I got to 100. So I think I did 40, I think I did 30, 20, and then 10. So, and here I am. I think I only filmed my top set for this too as well. So a lot of leg movement, so that I'm looking at is pretty terrible. So anyways, back to the full day of eating.
What is up, beautiful people? Just got home from the gym and made breakfast. This is going to be a full day of eating for a training day because, as I said earlier, I did not like how the footage came out. And honestly, it was just kind of an off day. I want a day where it's like more representative of what I actually eat while I'm prepping for a show. So I still have a little bit of my protein left over from my workout with some creatine in there. With my breakfast, I'm going to take down some glucose disposal agents just to kind of help with that insulin sensitivity. And yeah, so here is meal number 1. We have 100 grams of blueberries, 50 grams of raspberries, 2 servings of maple brown sugar oatmeal, and a scoop and a half of protein. So I'll put the macros right here, and so you guys can see where I'm at. My fat is pretty low throughout the day, mainly just because, when you're assisted, your lipid profile can be pretty bad, and it can be disastrous for your health in the long run. So it's just better to keep your fats moderated, keep the saturated fat low, try to get as much omega-3s as you can, and have a balanced intake. But anyways, this is meal number 1. My next meal will be a snack, so stay tuned for that. Whew. Just got home. It is currently 2:30, so I am going to take down meal number 2, do a few assignments, probably 2 assignments that I actually have to go on my laptop and write some things out, and then I am going to do some studying, some exercise physiology. So anyways, training day, full day of eating. Here's meal number 2. We have asparagus, a ton of asparagus, some Uncle Ben's Spanish rice, and 6 ounces of steak. easy, delicious, healthy. I wanted pizza, I didn't do it, so you should be proud of me. Anyways, gonna take this down. Stay tuned for snack number 2. What is up, beautiful people? I have to say that that meal was really good. My lips are red from the Spanish rice. So I thought I'd just like turn on the camera really quick because, you know, these video logs are pretty long, so I try to not add too much commentary, but I feel like since my channel is so young, it's better that people get to know me a little bit better, especially in terms of like, you know, personal contact and what kind of person I am and stuff. So, you know, why I like bodybuilding so much is because it's not, even though you are competing against other people, and that's, you know, mainly the goal, you want your competition to be good, it's about bringing the best you every time. And I never compare myself to like other people per se. I mean, obviously, if a guy has a quality that you can work on, you know, building a muscle, an area, you know, then that's definitely possible. But there's certain things that you can't, like your height, you know, how thin your waist actually is, and things like that. But for the most part, I look back at my old photos and I always try to see, am I making progress? Like, am I progressing? Am I improving? And that's the thing that I love about bodybuilding. You're always trying to be the best version of yourself. And it gives you a gauge year to year for however long you're competing that you are improving. And school is the same way for me, you know, like for me, seeing my GPA go up and seeing my grades get better as my classes get harder, for me lets me know that I'm becoming a better version of myself. Because at the end of the day, no matter what endeavor you embark upon, growth should always be the goal, I guess you can say, which really there is no end to it because you can always improve, you can always get better. Obviously with muscle you can only be so big, but it's not always about being bigger, you know, it's about being better, you know, having a much more detailed package physique. Like you can improve your conditioning, and there's a lot of things that you can do, your posing, so on and so forth. Same thing with school, you know, you can always be smarter, you can always acquire more knowledge. And you know, for me, bodybuilding isn't just bodybuilding, it encompasses every aspect of my life. Just self-improvement. I think that life, you know, like it says, impermanence, you know, we're not going to be here forever. So what are you doing today? What are you doing tomorrow? So on and so forth. That's making you the best version of yourself. So when you get to a point in your life where you look back, you don't have as many regrets. I mean, we're always going to have regrets no matter what. I mean, there's going to be things that fear took over, and obviously you can't say yes to everything because that also wouldn't be very smart. But there's going to be things that you have to let go. A relationship, maybe you have to change majors, whatever it is. You don't want to get to the end of the road and look back and be like, man, you know, I left a lot of money on the table. I could have done this, I could have done that. And, you know, for me, having competitions and being able to go forward kind of safeguards me from that, because I know that I'm doing everything I possibly can to be the best version of myself. And I would strongly suggest that most people do the same. It doesn't have to be bodybuilding. It could be any sport that you want to do, any hobby that you want to excel at, no matter what it is. I'm not trying to say always try to be like an Olympic caliber athlete at everything that you do, but try to be better than what you were like the year before. Improve. If you want to be a chess player, learn how to play chess, and then play people that are at your level, and then slowly start to play people that are better. If you want to be a better jiu-jitsu practitioner, same thing. I did Muay Thai for most of my life. I stopped doing it probably at the age of 24, and I've been doing it since a very young age. It was competed in everything. It was a very large part of my life. I even knew, like, yeah, when I first went in there, you know, everyone's better than me. So I'm obviously going to level up to the level of competition that I have, or not competition, people, you know, that are challenging me. And then you get to a point where, like, you're good. You can't you know, fight scrubs anymore. You got to fight people that are good. You have to spar with people that are good. And sometimes not just good, just different. They challenge you in different dynamic ways. You got to stretch yourself. I know this is going to be a long rant for a full day of eating, but the main thing is just, it's all about improvement. It's all about being the best version of yourself. You know, when I'm about to do an assignment right now, it's not just about just getting it done. It's like, is this the best work that I can do? You know, do I feel like I'm proud of this? I'm actually redoing an assignment right now. It's not due until tomorrow. And then I looked at it and I was like, that could be a little bit better. So I'm going to do that. But anyways, that's a little bit about me. That's why I love bodybuilding. And, you know, I just said, it's a great sport. I feel very lucky to have found it. I feel very lucky to have excelled in it, at least when I was a natural. We'll see what happens now that I'm going into a more like enhanced domain. But it's something that I feel blessed to have be a part of my life. It doesn't burden me. I mean, dieting sucks, but I try to focus on like the victories, not so much the defeats. So anyways, stay tuned for snack number 2, which will be coming up in a couple hours because I'm very full from that meal. So now here we are at the end of the day. Thank God. Anyways, it was a solid day of eating. It was a solid day of studying and getting work done. I got my grade back on a research project that I'd done, and I got a 98 out of 100. So some contextual errors, I guess, I made in terms of delivering my message, but you know, I can't complain. I did really well, so I'm excited about that. What was I gonna say? Today was such a solid day of eating. I think a big part of it is that I haven't been really excited in a long time, and I'm going home on Thursday, so my flight's at 8. It was supposed to be at 5, and I actually wasn't going to get back into the Bay Area until around 10 because I had a layover in Seattle, but I was able to switch my flight around, so I'll get up early, probably like around 4 to drive to Spokane, maybe 4:30, leave at like 5 or so, get there, check in, everything on the flight, 2 hours, I'm there. So I'm really excited to go home. I'll be there for about 9 days. So I'm gonna see a lot of friends, gonna see a lot of family. So it's awesome. Anyways, last meal. What do we got? Let me just flip this around. So, all right. What we have here is around 7 ounces of grilled chicken. I put some Bullseye barbecue sauce on there because why not? It fits in my macros, it's not gonna hurt me. And then I have about 2 cups of broccoli. So flip this around. So yeah, eat like this, I should drop some body fat. Consistency is the name of the game, really. Luckily, with things kind of ramping up a little bit, I'm gonna be very busy. And when I'm busy, I actually tend to get a lot more focused and regimented. So the last few days have been hard nutrition wise because I've been so ahead on everything. I just find myself bored, and when you're bored, this is when you like are gonna want to eat and snack and things like that. But so far so good. So I'm gonna eat like this again tomorrow. I'm gonna take a rest day on Thursday because I'm just gonna fly in, you know, and just make the most of my time and then have a workout on Friday. So that's it. That's everything. So that's a full day of eating. I'll put the macros up on the screen so you people know what's going on, what the situation is. Yes, that is a sheet because I am a cheap fuck and I am only going to be here till May 10th. So I am not going to buy, you know, stuff to stylize the apartment. But there was this sort of gaping in between in the blinds, and it's like kind of weird, the fact that people are walking by and they can kind of peek in and see me sleeping. So I had to put that up there, so I don't want anybody, you know, being weird in the middle of the night, me sleeping. Like, what the fuck. Anyways, have a great day, everybody. I'll see you again soon.